This vlog is my ode to Kashmir. In all of my travels, I have never seen a place as beautiful as Kashmir. I've been there twice, and in total I spent almost 2 months there, and I can say with confidence that it's one of the most incredible places on earth. The people there are so kind and hospitable. I had the great pleasure of being the guest in the homes of many families and sitting on the floor and drinking kava tea and eating biscuits. The food is amazing. If you like rice and mutton, Kashmir is the place to go. You have to try Kashmiri wazwan. It's a delicacy that must be savored. My favorite place is Kareem in Srinagar. The food is just it's full of power, which is why I think is one of the reasons the Kashmiri people are so strong and resilient. I mean, I'd say a Kashmiri baby is stronger than I am, and the women there are so tough. I mean, just the people are you know, Kashmir is famous for its natural resources, and I think that the most valuable resource there are the people themselves. What else? Saffron. Oh my goodness, incredible. Oh, and my favorite place, I would say, that you have to visit is Palgam. I call it the Valley of Horses because when you go there are horses everywhere. They're wandering around the streets like chickens or dogs, you know? They're part of the fabric of the society there, and it's a great place to go trekking into the mountains. You know, that's the cool thing about Kashmir, is that it's located in a valley surrounded by the Himalayas. So everywhere you look are these epic mountain ranges and beautiful pristine lakes. And when you're in Srinagar, you have to go check out the Mughal Gardens, Shalimar Gardens, Nishat Gardens. It's an incredible just celebration of the intersection between architecture and nature. It dates back hundreds of years, and it's just, Kashmir is like a place just rich in culture and art and beautiful things to see. The embroidery there is just phenomenal. The paper mache that you'll find is just, there's nothing like it. The carvings, the jewelry, the stones, I mean, because there's so many mountains, there are all these natural stones everywhere, you know. Today, in today's world, there are a lot of fake stones that are created by pressure and heat under artificial circumstances, but in Kashmir you'll find the real thing. Kashmir is just full of it's incredible. You have to experience it. Now, what is unfortunate about Kashmir is that the people are indeed being oppressed. When you're there, you can't help but notice that there are men with machine guns on every corner. And as a foreigner experiencing that, I really did get a sense that, unfortunately, I don't think, in my experience, the Indian government really cares about the people of Kashmir. I think they care about the land of Kashmir and the resources that are there, but I don't think they care about the people. If the Indian government wants to show that they care about the Kashmiri people, I think that they need to take all those resources that they're putting into the army to be there, and for me, I would like to see them first and foremost put those resources into reconstructing the roads to start off. I drove to Kashmir. I did that drive twice to and from, and the roads are a little scary. You can tell they're not being very well maintained. It doesn't seem like the Indian government really cares about empowering the people. I really get the impression that they just want to suppress the people, which is very sad for me to see. I think that there needs to be a new focus on education in schools. You know, I met a lot of children who weren't going to school, and that was really unfortunate. But you know, I do not want to engage in a political debate, and I will not engage in a political debate. And I accept that there's a lot I don't know about the situation, but I've also been there firsthand, and I can speak from my own experiences of what I witnessed and just the kind of people I got to interact with. And my wish for the Kashmiri people is that, well, my wish for the Kashmiri people is my wish for all people, and that's freedom, the freedom to choose, the freedom to be, the freedom to be respected. So I don't think the solution for for what's happening in Kashmir is more oppression. I don't think oppression is ever a solution. I think respect and communication and trying to understand one another fully is the solution, because people are not aggressive or violent because of their religion or because of who they are. I think people are aggressive when they feel angry because they've been hurt, and when people are hurt, hurting them more doesn't help. When someone's hurt, when you're hurt, when you have hurt inside, the way to heal that is to first face it and try to understand it. So my wish for Kashmir is that more people go there, more travelers, more tourists. There are a lot of tourists there now, not as many as there were. I mean, over the last 25 years, the tourism industry, because of everything that's happened, really took a nosedive, and you really get the sense that there's a very real struggle in Kashmir today, and the people are hungry. Their children are hungry, and they want for their children what everyone wants for their children: a good meal, a fair education, a good life. Is that so hard to understand? So my wish for Kashmir is healing. My wish for Kashmir is a new dawn, a new era of peace and prosperity, and just embracing change and something new arriving, and healing is possible, and it's founded on communication and an attempt to understand one another, and empathy, and a desire to give our children happy, healthy lives. So if you're a traveler, I encourage you to go to Kashmir. See the beauty there. See what's happening. Go with open eyes and an open heart. Meet as many Kashmiri people as you can and speak to them. Learn. Gain empathy. And this is not just for travelers, but for Indians as well. Don't believe the propaganda machine. Go there and see what there is. And when I was there are many Indians traveling. The only Indians who aren't traveling there are the ones who are afraid. So, I'm a big believer in facing our fears, especially in the spirit of adventure and setting out into the unknown. And, sometimes getting uncomfortable, but that's where growth happens. We become stagnant when we stay in the same place and stay comfortable. And if we want to change, sometimes we got to get uncomfortable first and have new experiences that challenge us. So, go to Kashmir, support the Kashmiri people, spend money with the local businesses, just be a part of the ecosystem and participate. Don't be silent, and just stretch your heart, because everyone's children deserve to have a bright future. Doesn't matter what religion or nationality or orientation of any time, because I think the biggest lie that the powers that be, and this happens around the world, it happens in America, it happens all over the world, but the lie is that we're separate. The lie is that we're not the same, but we are. We all have love in our hearts that just wants to come out, and many people have been hurt on both sides. But if we keep doing the same thing, we're going to keep getting the same thing. So I believe it's time to start doing something different. And that begins with a new perspective of reaching for understanding and forgiveness and healing, and just, it sounds kind of cliche, but thinking of the children, So, go to Kashmir. It's beautiful. It's incredible. You'll see something you've never seen before, and I'm really glad that I did.